All set. And they sprinting away. And they got away to a good start. Heirloom first one to break. Global Thunder pushes around. Cliffhanger's right there in the early part of the race. Capsaicin right in there as well. Then comes Unzen, who races with two behind, ready to charge. And Rose for Trippy are the last two, 700 metres out. They finally sorted themselves out. Quite a few were trying to get handy, and it's Global Thunder in front by just over 1 length. Cliffhanger on the inside rail second. Capsaicin shares position. Then comes Heirloom, the two shades of blue. Unzen ready to charge in the green and black colours at the outside. Then comes Rose for Trippy up the 400 metres board, and it's Global Thunder over Capsaicin. Then comes Cliffhanger towards the far side. Unzen got a lot closer in the middle of the course, ready to charge. Nearest us further back to Rose for Trippy, but they now reach the final 200 metres. Unzen ready to charge. Cliffhanger two off the inside, running a ripper. So too is Rose for Trippy. Cliffhanger ready to charge. They spread right across the track, but ready to charge. Came to grab Cliffhanger. Ready to charge, beat Cliffhanger. Third goes the way of Rose for Trippy, and fourth to Unzen. Ready to charge, extreme right-hand side. Got Mobile at the top of the straight. There were quite a few vying for the early lead. Maybe the race was run to suit, but with that said, Ready to Charge has got a degree of class about him. He's not the biggest around, but he's got something about him. He's got a lot about him, to be fair. His run on Gold Cup there at Hollywood Bets Gravel was out the top draw when finishing second to Outlaw King. Few more strides, might have really got into a photo then, and his seasonal debut is a winning one. Ready to Charge, two-time winner from 4.
All right, welcome back to the winner's box. A great finish, and ultimately the class package has come out on top. Number 5, Ready to Charge, a 3-year-old bay gelding, the son of Gimme the Green Light, bred by the Drakenstein Stud Farm. So well done to Gaynor Rupert and her entire team out in the Western Cape. Top ride, Muzieni, and a big well done to Michael and Adamazi. Not forgetting the winning connections. They love the game. They've been in the sport a long time, and it's good to see they've got another good one on their hands. All right, so I'm going to bring in Muzi. Muzi will come a little bit closer. Well done, Muz. I thought that was a terrific ride from you. You had a game plan, obviously drawn awkwardly. You knew there was a bit of speed in the race, and you got a lovely toe into the last 300 meters. I did notice there was a bit of bumping with Unzen, but he quickened up beautifully. Yes,
he's a lovely horse. He showed in Durban. He came from a long way, far back, and you could see that he just lost his races because of his greenness, and I didn't want to take a chance today with getting him lost. And so yes, you do want to give him a bit of a chance, but you also don't want to let the race get away from you. But thank goodness, you know, in such a competitive race now, everyone hustles and bustles for that spot, and they just go that tad quicker, which allows you to have a cozy lead. And I pulled him up at early, not to take chances, getting him lost getting lost like how he did at Gravel. And he found his footer. I let him gather himself, and though Enzen came a little bit next to him, he was more like he just gets a little bit, loses focus, but I always felt in control.
Muzi reminds me very much of you. Not the biggest, but very powerful. There's lots in the engine. There's lots of ability, and he's going to go on. Are we going to see a lot of him on the high felt?
Definitely. He's proved himself as a young horse, and I think once he strengthens up and mentally he's not scared of being intimidated by other horses, I'm sure you'll see the better of him.
Moose, I must just say well done. I mean, you're traveling, you're all over the country at the moment. It's never easy, it can be taxing on the body, but you're riding at the top of your game, and it's good to see that you found another good one. Well done.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank thanks Adam and his and the partner, Mr. Gardner and Mr. Nestad, Mr. Morris. Obviously, you do want to be in the ring every day riding horses, but also we're all chasing goals, so I just want to thanks for the understanding. I did manage to put my leg over him during the week, and he gave me a lot of confidence. So well done to Adam, Mr. Gardner, and the smart horse.
And your sponsors, they're on board with you as well?
Yes,
next season?
Yes, they've been flooded with a lot of winners, so well done to Stone Stamco.
Well done, Moose, top right.
Thank you.
There we go, that's Muzieni. Great to see him back in the winner's box. Well done, Ad. Good to see you back in the winner's enclosure. Obviously, nervy moments behind the pins because the stable companion lost a shoe, but this horse is full of ability.
Yeah, look, with regards to the stablemate, he lost his shoe because he can be a little bit above himself, so probably didn't help the cause, and then looks like he possibly over-raced. Why didn't? If you look at the first 3 horses, they finished towards the back end of the field, so I think they did go really quick. Take nothing away from Ready to Charge, though. You know, he's nowhere near where we need him to be at this time of his career. He's actually still got quite a bit of improving to do. If you looked at his coat, he probably had the most winter coat of the horses in the ring. And that's because since Durban, he's actually been on the easy. At Reinke's, there's absolutely no grass because they're scarifying the grass. And a graduation plate with the rating that the handicappers lovely decided to give him with a one-time winner rating of that. Yeah, these are the only type of races that you can go for with him. So we thought this will be a great gallop. And, you know, when you win and you're getting paid 50,000 Rand for a gallop, I'm sure the owners are happy. So must compliment Muzi on a good and a confident ride. And obviously the horse, he looks like he could be an improving sort. But mainly to my patrons, to Bruce, to Glenn and to Larry for the support in the stable. Thank you very much.
And I did see San Furman in the family. You also had San Furman, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. You know, this horse, when we saw him, you see he's quite a small type, but he's got good constitution, although he's short. And he's got very good conformation, and that's what we liked mostly about him. That although he was small in stature, he was well conformed, and that's what appealed to us about him. And obviously, we'd worked with the family. And if you can remember correctly, his mother used to run in a very similar fashion. She used to sit off them and come through them like a hot knife through butter. So let's hope that he can follow in her footsteps, and if not, be even better.
Well, lads, let's get the ball rolling now for the season ahead. Please send our love to your dad as well. You guys are doing a fine job. Well done.
Thank you so much. But to my grooms at home, well done. To Frikkie and to our sponsors, World Sports Betting.
Super.
Thank
well
you.
done. There we go. Adam Azzi. Mr. Gardner, lovely to see you again, sir. I know that you go a long way back in racing and the days of Gary Alexander, but you seem to find them another good one on your hands.
Yeah, we think so. The weights were in our favour today. But, yeah, I think it's just a proof that size doesn't count.
Absolutely.
I know a good mate of mine in Cape Town, he had a look at the colt and said, very nice, but just too small. And he's just done this, as Muzi said in the parade ring. He said he's got engine underneath him. And I think if you look at the group race on Gold Cup Day with Lalap, everything went against him, and he still got within a neck. So he's got a bit of class. To Larry Nestat, I haven't had a horse with Larry, and now we've got a first winner. And we bought the half-brother by Lancaster Bomber at the yearling sales. And Larry came in and said, yeah, you wanted to get into this one. And he bought, I think, Sterling Miller's share. And to Glenn Morris, my wife Jo, I think we're going to have some fun with this little guy. And to Gaynor for breeding, and obviously the Azzies for doing a fine job.
Mr. Gardner, you still enjoying racing? I know you've been in the sports before I was born, a long way back, but I mean, you love the game. Your passion's there, you've got some good horses, and I'm sure this just gives you an extra kick in the morning to get up.
Well, as you get older, it becomes more of your life. I haven't got a lot of cutback in numbers, but we've got a couple of mares, good mares, and a little string that are running in feature races and right up our street, and very happy.
And obviously your wife, very active in Mrs. Geriatrics, so life's good back at home.
It is at the moment, and it's a nice story.
Yep.
So hopefully the 3-year-old career will come well, as good as a 2-year-old career.
Mr. Gardner, always good to see you. Well played over here.
Thank you.
There we go.
Cheers.
There we go. Lovely to the connections. They love the sport. They really do enjoy the game. Ready to charge. I think we're going to see a lot of him on the Highveld. What I do want to do is just quickly present the check to Simpiwe. Simpiwe, well done. 1,500 Rand from World Sports Betting. Horses always look good. I know you do a lot of the platting back at home. You do a good job. Well done, Simpiwe.
Thank you.
There we go, 1,500 Rand from Warren Tannis and the entire team at World Sports Betting. All right, so that's how we close it off. It was a great race to watch. Top Ride Muzieni, ready to charge. Storms Home on the outside. I think Be With the second horse as well. Cliffhanger, I thought that was a great run. And even Unzen, over this sort of a trip, I think he's run his socks off and not beaten too far. All right, so racing continues. 2 more to come from the south of Johannesburg. We're still on the inside track. There's a bit of a buzz in the grandstand. Long may that continue into the Highveld season.